Hello, everybody. Hassan here, engineer, MBA, and investor. And in today's video, I want to talk about the latest news with Bitcoin. Bitcoin to be adopted by Amazon in the following months. I want to talk about all of this. I want to talk about the latest price action. Now, before we do that, before we dive deep into this topic, guys, please like this video, smash that like button. Destroy that like button, guys. It's just underneath this video. If you're watching on your smartphone, just hit that thumbs up, hit it quick. It's free, it's easy, guys. It really helps this channel. You guys know how the YouTube algorithms work. Please do subscribe if you haven't. Our channel is growing, our community is growing, and I would love to have you in our community. Now, Bitcoin, obviously, since the past week, things have changed, right? We sort of hit these lows. A lot of people were spreading FUD. Legacy media was spreading FUD. A lot of negative news about Bitcoin, whether that's energy, whether that's criminal usage. It's the sort of thing that gets recycled in every single time that Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies start falling. It's always the same thing, right? People talk about dirty energy being mined with Bitcoin, which is another uh, propaganda. It is fought by legacy media. It is fought by players that don't want to see Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies succeed. And then you have the usual FUD, like criminals use Bitcoin, a lot, and that is so wrong because the U.S. dollar is actually the fiat currency that is used the most by criminals. But really, it's always the same type of FUD that is recycled, and things have sort of shifted in the past week. As you can see, Bitcoin up in the past 24 hours, 12%, right? And obviously, as you may expect, every other cryptocurrency as well follows the same trend because Bitcoin is the leader, Bitcoin is the trendsetter. If Bitcoin goes up, everything else goes up. If Bitcoin goes down, everything else goes down. This has been the case since we started following Bitcoin and since the adoption of blockchain technology, right? In 2009, Bitcoin is the leader. Everyone knows this. This is a de facto thing. So I wanted to talk about Amazon, lining up for Bitcoin payments and token confirmed by an insider. So this was published in cityam.com, but there are other media outlets that have confirmed this. And this actually started rumoring a few days ago. Actually, like I think it was like Saturday or Friday night. People started talking about how Amazon is planning to adopt Bitcoin as a form of payment in their website, right? So Amazon, obviously the largest e-commerce platform, many users, millions of users, billions of transactions a day. Obviously they are the biggest, and for them to announce this type of news would just break grounds with Bitcoin, would just break ground for all cryptocurrencies really. And there was an insider in the company that sort of leaked this information that the company is actually looking into leveraging their blockchain technology and really expertise to sort of adopt cryptocurrencies in their platform. We know there are other companies that have adopted Bitcoin as a form of payment, obviously Tesla, Square, MicroStrategy, but the fact that Amazon is looking into it, and this has been confirmed by an insider, and it looks like it will be by 2022, right? If I'm correct, by 2022, Amazon will offer users to pay their goods and services and products through Bitcoin. I think that is just revolutionary. I think that speaks volume about Bitcoin, how far we've come. I mean, a few years ago, this was just an idea. People were pressuring these companies to do it. No one did it. But now today, you have insiders claiming this. I think this is amazing for Amazon, just as it is amazing for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. This is what you want in this space, guys. This is what you want ultimately, higher adoption rate. You want to build this type of credibility around this technology. Again, Bitcoin has no leaders. Bitcoin has no entity that controls it. We are all participants of that network. We are all participants of that idea, the idea that you have a decentralized system for the first time in human history that is able to serve citizens around the world without any barriers, with very low fees, almost non-existing fees, considering what we are up against, the Western Unions of the world, the ones that take 20, 30, 40% of both sides, from merchants and citizens and consumers. I think this is just amazing what Amazon is doing here. I really do hope this is unveiled ASAP. I think this is amazing for the company. It's amazing for Bitcoin. I really hope you, as an investor, you look at this and you sort of get your imagination going, right? What if Shopify also accepted for their merchants, right? What if, other companies start investing? What if Apple, right? Apple adds Bitcoin to their balance sheet. And these are all speculation, guys. We never provide financial advice, but you have to think about the upside here. You have to think about that. And I wanted to also address a couple of news here from documenting Bitcoin, which is a Twitter handle, very popular. Highly advise you guys to follow them. They really talked about several news in the past. Like, for example, Bitcoin ownership in the U.S. has quadrupled from 3% to 13% with young investors. There's some couple of statistics here from 2018 to 2021. That's only 3 years, guys. 3 years, and you have this much growth. This is amazing. Younger investors, younger generations want something new. People are sort of priced out from different or legacy assets, such as real estate. No one, I honestly don't know anybody my age, my generation, or even younger than me that even talks about gold. I mean, the only time they'll talk about gold is maybe from in the jewelry side of things, but in terms of investments, I've never heard about that in our generations, in the newer generations. Look at social media, look at what's going on TikTok, look at what's going on Instagram. No one talks about gold. People talk about Bitcoin, people talk about digital assets, right? Lightning Network, obviously the second layer on the Bitcoin network, we talked about this in our channel, surpasses 2,000 Bitcoin. So this is, you can see the trend line is going up, adoption is going up. Companies like Strike are really allowing citizens around the world to participate in the Lightning Network, which is really solves the problem where you have low fees, almost non-existing fees. Transactions are at a very high speed. You can transact millions of dollars within dozen minutes for like $5, which in legacy system, in fiat currency, this is unheard of. I think Lightning Network is going to develop on a grand basis in the following months, if not a year. I think it's just amazing for the space, right? So obviously, Amazon is looking to adopt Bitcoin as payment by the end of the year, says the insider. This is what we just covered. I think this is just amazing, guys. What we're seeing with Bitcoin, we look at this, Bitcoin mining machines recycling gas that would otherwise be vented into the right atmosphere, using the energy that is unused for something actually useful, something that actually changes the world, something that actually decentralizes our methods of communication, our methods of payments, between merchants and citizens, or between citizens peer to peer. I think this is just amazing what we're seeing here. Latest news have been all positive, and to me, this shows why Bitcoin has been going up. The past week, we saw from the B Word conference, we covered it with Elon Musk, Jack Dorsey, and the legendary Kathy Wood. Everything they had to say. Elon Musk is stating for the first time that SpaceX actually holds Bitcoin, which is a private company. So besides Tesla, SpaceX also owns Bitcoin. Elon Musk has Bitcoin on top of Ethereum and Dogecoin, which the latter two are the minority compared to his holdings in Bitcoin. But still speaks volume of Ethereum, still speaks volume of Dogecoin, but the center focus here is Bitcoin, guys. Bitcoin is the leader. It is the store of value that everyone wants to really implement in different communities around the world, serve the bankless, serve the people that are most needed. And you can see here the level of adoption of Bitcoin around the world, right? You can see that it is just increasing, right? Look at this, guys, the shade. This is just interesting what we're seeing here, and what's going on in different regions in Africa, such as Tanzania or even in Ethiopia. I think this is just amazing, guys. We are seeing things to be things are changing really fast, and I think a lot of people sort of miss out on these types of opportunities because they're so connected with legacy media. I mean, it's not just about the price, guys. There are stories behind it. There are things being done. We saw how Microsoft was implementing some sort of software that will be based on the Bitcoin network, and you see all these companies sort of building on top of the Bitcoin network, adopting Bitcoin for their specific use cases. And you'll always see that in different verticals, whether that's in e-commerce, whether that's in B2B, in single sign-on such as Microsoft, or whether that's just in general, like what Strike is doing in El Salvador. You saw what Paraguay, they passed a bill, or at least are trying to pass a bill to sort of promote Bitcoin in terms of regulations. I mean, it is not obviously the same thing as El Salvador, but we see what's going on in Tonga. Lord Fuzutia, who's pushing Tongans to approach Bitcoin as a method to improve their remittance and reduce those fees from remittance. I think this is amazing for their GDP, for their country. And then you see, countries like Nepal, countries like Tanzania, countries like Ethiopia, and then obviously other countries as well, like Iran. We saw that as well. There are many governments looking into this. I think this is just amazing. And then you see these huge institutions looking into this. The Big World Conference was just amazing, guys. I know a lot of you guys are like anti-billionaires or anti-Elon Musk or whatnot, but just hear me out for a second. This is so amazing that institutions are finally looking into Bitcoin more seriously. There are insiders of all the institutions, including companies like Amazon, that are looking into adopting Bitcoin as a form of payment, store of value, and it is just all about being on top of innovation and on top of revolutionary technologies, right? And ultimately, guys, whether that's just for PR, whether that's just for marketing bluff, whether that's just to look good or to boost their stock price, ultimately, guys, ultimately, we as retail investors, we benefit from this because we believe in Bitcoin's mission for years. What is going on right now is amazing. What is unfolding, the message is clear. Bitcoin is here to stay. And as Greg Foss said, the fellow Canadian, um, he said, I heard an interview between him and Anthony Pompliano on Google Podcast, and he sort of projects Bitcoin to be worth 2 million USD per Bitcoin, right? 2 million. And we believe that Bitcoin will reach that value. It will reach over $1 million a coin. I actually project by 2024, but that's my personal speculation. That's my personal projection. I truly believe once Amazon adopts it, once companies like Apple adds it to their balance sheet, I think the story will unfold. It will no longer be about Bitcoin going to zero, but rather how can we adopt Bitcoin? How can we get in front of the curve? How can we allow ourselves to hold some sort of value that is irrelevant to what the fiat printing that is happening in countries, in first world countries like Canada, where like US, right? Canadians have seen their governments print more money out of any other countries compared to what they held in their balance sheet. It's absolutely crazy what is going on in terms of fiat currency. It is 100% going to devalue fiat currency. That is 100%. That is not speculation. Fiat currency will 100% be devalued because of the printing that is going on, because of the propelling of specific assets in such as real estate by governments. And Bitcoin is the first technology and the only one that is adopted around the world that is completely disconnected from anything such as that. Whether governments want to print more fiat currency or not, Bitcoin is that store of value that is the de facto. It is here to stay. I think this is just amazing for this space. I hope you guys feel the same way that I do. You guys, I know a lot of you guys put a lot of time, a lot of research into it. I had to highly advise you guys to leave a comment what you guys think about Bitcoin, what you guys think about the latest price movement, what you guys think about Amazon adopting it, the insider information that we got. I want to hear about you guys. Leave it in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching. Again, we want to provide you guys information for free so that we can all have the same level of opportunities. And Bitcoin is that first technology that can sort of put retail investors for the first time in history have that the freedom to be totally disconnected from what governments decide to do with their fiat currency. I'll leave you guys with your own imagination to what we can achieve with Bitcoin, what we can achieve with other cryptocurrencies, right? Dogecoin, Ethereum, and so on. We support every single technology that will advance humanity forward. Thank you very much for watching. Have a beautiful Monday, guys. Thank you.